Make sure all the audio is working. All right, perfect. Hey, guys, welcome to the Boneyard Podcast. This week, we got our guest, Raging Thunder, fellow boner, bone member. Love this homie. We play a lot of games together. You guys should go check out his Twitch. He streams Foxhole. He streams a whole bunch of shit. He's really trash at Gates of Hell, but, you know, we like playing together on it.
Man, I'm better than you, man.
Yeah, me and him are homies, dude. I don't know if there's an introduction. You guys have probably seen this dude so many times with me, but Raging, go ahead and introduce yourself. Let the people know who you are, man.
What's going on, guys? My name is Raging Thunder. All my homies are probably going to see this video because I'm probably going to share it to them and stuff. But I have a YouTube channel. I do Twitch. I do all kinds of stuff. I'm a war gamer. That's what I'm pretty much known for, man. I've done a whole bunch of things on War Thunder. I've done a whole bunch of things on Foxhole. War gaming, like Warno Red Dragon. All kinds of stuff, man. That's my thing. That's my motto. But yeah.
Hell yeah,
Navy's
dude.
my shit too, man.
Yeah, he is a seaman, dude. He is a little seaman. So yeah, dude, this week in Foxhole news and stuff, and we'll talk about what happened this week in Foxhole, and also some stuff that me and Raging talk about all the time, and we'll just kind of review and kind of let you guys know his ideas. But first thing I wanted to ask you, Raging, is what do you think about pirate software becoming a collie? If you guys, hold on, if you guys don't know who that is, that's a dude with like 14,000 viewers. He's one of the biggest popular Twitch streamers. YouTube created. He was a dev for, or he was one of the developers for World of Warcraft. Absolutely fucking Chad. Love that guy. I subbed to his stream. He's a collie. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean, dude? Let's go, dude. Finally got one. Fucking no soy dog. You know what I'm saying? Moy Dog, if you ever want to collab, I love you. Come on. I love you, Soy Dog. It's just a joke. If you want to come on the podcast, come on in, baby. All right, but yeah, what do you think about that, dude? What do you think about another big streamer coming into the game, dude? What do you think about that and what it'll do?
You reckon that's gonna break the game?
Well,
how many followers he has, that a lot of people are gonna buy the game.
Summit didn't. Summit played the game and it didn't break it. Summit 1G played it and it was fine. So, will it break it? Nah. Will it go to insane fucking queues again? Probably. You know what I mean?
You wonder they're gonna bring back Baker?
I mean, dude, they might have to with his ass. I mean, 14,000 players is more than we have on an update war sometimes. Like, I'm not even gonna play. You know, that's crazy. That's crazy that he's scoping on it. I actually went into his stream one day when he was playing World of Warcraft, and I pretty much did the whole I'm a little fucking streamer on Foxhole, dude, and if you wanted to come play, dude, I would love to show you the ropes. He's like, you know, I have been looking at Foxhole, and I actually really love the concept and idea of it. He was just really busy and stuff, but he said, when I get on there, you know, holler at me then, and I'm pretty sure 420th is going to nab his ass up, dude, because but they're just so toxic. I don't know if he's going to do good. I'm going to try to snatch him into bone, but 'cause I think he'll have fun in here, but we're too small for him. I think, I mean, maybe we get fucking huge if he does come. Right. Hey, Ducky, but, yeah. You know, dude, you know what I mean? That'd be sick, dude. That'd be sick.
It would actually be crazy. I'm not gonna lie. With a streamer like him going collie, there could be some consequences, but also some pretty cool shit that comes with it.
I mean, dude, we might be able to see the 70 falchion fucking line in each hex. You know what I mean? Fucking. Actually, it wouldn't even be 70. It'd be 60 because it's 120 pop max, I think, per hex. So at max with 2 per tank, it'd be 60. But still, I mean, that'd be fuck. Isn't it 120 per hex, or is it 100?
I think it's 120. Yeah, it's like
so it'd be 60. 60. So you imagine 60 falchions in a hex? You know what I mean? That'd be fucking whatever you got, dude. It's getting hit by shitload of 40. But, no, I don't know. I think I think people are getting too hyped. Don't. I don't want people to buy into this. Like he's gonna totally buy into the game and he's gonna be playing it full time. It's like he's probably gonna hop on once or twice, do a little review on it. Asmongold's done a review on it. Summit's done streams in it. Asmongold has a YouTube video on Foxhole, by the way.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, and so, I definitely think it'd be cool if Pirate and us could link up, Bone. I think that'd be really fucking sick, and I think the people who do enjoy Foxhole, we could make our own 420th. You know what I mean? That'd be sick. But yeah, dude. I don't know. I think it could be good, and I also think it could be another soy dog situation, and that's what I'm worried about.
That's what I'm saying with the consequences part, man.
Yeah. If he doesn't like a certain mechanic, could review bomb it. 100%. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, only time will tell. And I think it's a cool thing to bring up, though. Speaking about bringing things up, what do you want to see out of this fucking airborne update, dude? I know you've been itching for this shit, dude. I know Bone's gonna go crazy. So what do you want to see out of this motherfucker?
I want even. That's what I want. If we get bombers, they get bombers. If they get fighters, we get fighters. Paradrops, cargo drops, anything. I already know we're not gonna get an aircraft carrier. That's probably not even gonna be in the damn game at all.
Well, there was a data leak on that though. Like someone did do the data mine, and there is a picture of aircraft carrier, like under the coating and stuff. So I don't think it'll come this immediate, because there's gonna have to be so many more naval vessels, and the map will have to change. The map will have to change. I don't think...
They're too small for aircraft carriers. Way too small.
Yeah. I do think it would be cool, though, to have, I don't even know the name of the aircraft carriers in World War II, but can you imagine that thing out in fucking Fisherman's Row, fucking holding the bay, and then having an actual fucking Pearl Harbor? You know what I mean, dude? Fucking flat.
Battle of Midway.
Battle of Midway.
2 carriers versus 4 carriers, and all 4 carriers from the Japanese Navy got sunk.
Yeah, dude. Can you imagine, bro? Can you imagine the fucking and dude? Now that we're already talking about this, and you're a naval guy, and we're already talking about aircraft carrier, you already went to fucking boats. What do you think about this new gunboat update? What do you think about naval? And again, I am going to touch back on aircraft, so don't think you're skipping on that shit. But I do want to talk about naval with you, because I know you're a naval guy. What do you really think about the naval balance right now, the new gunboat changes, what they're doing with naval, giving us... This is the second, update in a row that they're giving Colley's buff to naval, but at the other half, they somewhat always give the warden something, but... I what do you think about naval right now?
I think it's mid for Collies right now, and the guys that are actually having fun right now are the wardens. That might change with our gunboats being faster than theirs, and maybe
it's not faster.
Keep up with theirs.
It's able to keep up. It's not fast. It's one knot slower, so they can go 16. We can go 15 knots. But we out-turn the shit out of them, though. We, have an insane turn radius, and we're the only boat that can actually have 3 guns on at the same time. On any, if you're fighting. So if you head on, if there's a boat head on, you might not be able to hit with the side guns, and they would have an advantage. But if you go, this is our boat, and then this is their boat, you would have 3 guns on them. You know what I mean? So we do have a faster turn. We can keep up with their boats. We're only 1 knot slower, right? And we keep better speed in the turn. We keep our energy retention a lot better, and I think we back up faster than them. So that's overall, we are just a slower straight-ahead boat, but we keep more retention in the turn, and we keep more overall speed throughout combat situations. And, we do have a bigger weak spot in the back, but I do think with the gunboat situation, like, I really think we should dominate. Like, I really, really, really think our gunboat should dominate now, like, hands down. There's not a very big debate in my eyes on who should win gunboat battles because, dude, like, we have the better turn, which is insane in Navy. Like, the turn is insane. And we also have the better gun positions now, too, in my opinion. I just... The biggest thing is, like, the big ships right now. I still just feel like the submarine needs a not even a rework, but just a different style of gameplay. I wish it would stay underwater for a lot longer. You know what I mean? Because, like, it's a bigger boat. It should stay under, you know?
Well, yeah, but that's the thing. It's a bigger fucking boat that doesn't need to be a bigger fucking boat. It doesn't make any sense. To me, whenever I go into that damn sub, I cringe. It actually, I just want to be like, get me off of this boat. It doesn't make any sense. It has a cargo bay in the middle of the boat and a 120 gun. The only boat or submarine that comes to mind that had a gun was the U-boat. Had an 88. That's about it. That's what comes to mind. Maybe a couple U.S. subs. That's about it. Maybe some Japanese subs, but it's not a 120. It's not a 5-inch gun on the conning tower. Doesn't make any sense. Also, the frigate being what it is now, that's able to clapper DD. I understand that these guys over at Foxhole Siege Camp are going for alternate universe and all that stuff that has nothing to do with ours. But DD should be able to smoke the ever-living shit out of a frigate. It should be able to at least hold its own against two. I don't think it would be able to win against two frigates, but it should definitely hold its own with one. At least one. And you remember that time when we went on the destroyer and we were firing on that frigate in Fisherman's Row?
Mm-hmm.
That thing took a beating, and that dude, like, easily demolished us. Easily, with speed, with turn, maneuverability, firepower, fire rate, compartment style and stuff. Yeah, I didn't know their fucking ammo rack was in the middle of their ship and ours is in the front. I mean, I didn't know that about our ship, but for theirs, that's kind of wild. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, it's not even so much.
Well,
it's not even so much like you could say the same if their middle compartment floods. That's their engine room too. But the issue is not in like which area the ammo room's in. The problem in my eyes is where the guns are in comparison to the ammo, right? If you have to run, well, the way it sounded was it was just like you didn't like that their ammo was in the middle, not the front. And I was just making sure, like, it was more that their ammo is so much closer to their guns.
I just thought it was something, but keep going.
I don't understand, like, what boat, and maybe, I don't know a lot about naval vessels, but what boat would have their gun in the back and their main ammo in the front? You know, like, they would have ammo storage for both sides, wouldn't they not?
Yeah.
For each gun, they would have their own ammo storage. And that's where I get that back room's our spawn room, but if you just press V on the ammo rack, or I don't necessarily know why we don't have an ammo room in the back. You know, and I think a DD would hold more ammo than a frigate if I don't, like, just more, you know, they hold 150 more rounds than us. That just doesn't, again, make sense. They're faster than us. That makes sense. They're a smaller boat. But when they're faster, more ammo, and they can get ammo to their guns faster. Also, like, it doesn't really make sense when I have to reload for the DD, like, guns. It's kind of like, I don't know if the ammo or if the exchange of fire is even when you reload click, or reload click, reload click. I don't. Well, and if that's the case, then I just feel like that's, as dumb as it sounds, twice the amount of work for the exact same outcome.
Yeah, they don't have to worry about that because it's only a single barrel.
Well, and I think that's so weird to have a double barrel, like, gun.
Only a few classes in the USN that had double barrel turrets.
Well, and even the fucking, you have the fucking battleships with the triple barrel, but in that, it makes sense. In frigates and destroyers and shit, it's just so, like, it's so weird, and I don't get the whole balance aspect they're trying to go for, because we do have more health, but I've never seen a boat die to health rather than sink. And the way to get sinks is to have more consistent firepower and to move out of the way of the shells coming at you quicker. You know what I mean? And so I just don't... I would love someone to shed light on that, you know, in the comments, you know. But what is that balance aspect? You know, I don't think our destroyer is, at best, you know, for if there's any, you know, people wanting to contest it. Like, at best, I think the DD and the frigate are very even, which is very weird. I honestly think there's a slight edge to the frigate, just due to ammo capacity and the ammo storage. That's a big part in winning naval, you know. But also, I mean, literally. And then the battleships are like the most even out of everything, which is good. But then the subs are also way out of fucking whack. And until now, the gunboats are way out of fucking whack. You know, like, I just can't, like... I can't get down with, like... the middle classes going to them, the top class going tie. Maybe now gunboat will go to us, but then they're still down 2 classes. And arguably the 2 most important classes. You know, and I think naval needs a lot more refinement. But to be fair, they got about 3 more updates before airfare comes out. But I really think the next couple of updates... They dropped their roadmap.
I don't think they're going to change much.
They dropped their roadmap, and it's all balanced. Every single one of them has balance changes in it. On the roadmap.
It's going to be for the new vehicles and new guns and the new ATRs that they released.
It could be. It could be more naval. I mean, this one was naval. The last one was naval. You know, I mean, every single update thus far, they've improved Kali naval because it's bad. You know. And there is something to be said about the naval museums, but I think that's a product of the naval museums. I think it's a product of our boats not getting the job done. You know what I mean? It's not fun gameplay to go get your ass beat. I don't think it's fun. Like, we've run multiple DDs. We've had some success. We've had a lot of failure too. And especially with DD versus frigate, dude, like, I've won twice and I've lost 3 times in battles like that. And I don't think it's that big of a skill gap. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know the Wardens do more naval than us, but I would love for the boats to switch hands and to see how, you know what I mean? See how different it really would be. You know, I'd love for a Kali veteran boat to get in a DD or a frigate, and a veteran Warden boat get in a DD. And I'd like to see how that shakes up. And another thing that I just thought about too, another really hard aspect of the destroyer, that just comes naturally with the boat. From front to back, I think it's about 20 meters, right? Give or take, whatever. So if you're side on a target, you have to, like, calculate for your back gun and front gun to be at 2 very different azimuths to hit the same target. As to their targets are, like, side by side. You know what I mean? So their target acquisition's better too. And that's another thing to think about too. Like, it's a lot harder to aim. It's a lot harder to load. It's a lot harder to aim. And we can't keep in the fight as long if it did come to a health fight because we have less ammo. And we're less maneuverable. And until now, we didn't even have gunboat support to help. So, maybe that'll change.
Yeah, that was a big thing.
You know, I just, you know, we've talked about this so many times, and it still just comes back to the same thing. Like, I think it's such a big flop for us. We just can't come back from that. Like, I don't think people want to run Navy on collies because I think it's just so... It's a very big difference. Like, I think it's a lot harder to run our boat compared to theirs at the moment. How would we improve that,
There's
though?
more logistics that go into it. There's more logistics, that's it. But it's just... I don't think you really can. The ammo is going to still be in the front unless you put like a smaller ammo storage in the back. They could do that. They could put it on that wall that goes, the wall of the staircase, the back of the staircase wall. You put like a little small fucking ammo box right there. That holds like, I don't know, let's just say 60 120s or something like that. It's still an ammo storage in the back for us to have less logistical errors.
Yeah, I just...
Other than that, there's not really you can do.
Not without a
design
full
issue.
remodel.
Exactly. Yep. Because real-life naval vessels of World War II had ammo storages for their main batteries underneath their main battery. And for secondaries is a different story. Their secondary ammo storages were all over the middle sections and stuff that were transported via ammo elevators. But main battery ammo storages were directly underneath your main battery. And that's kind of like, you see the turret ring right there, and that was kind of throwing me off the first time I played naval. It's like, why is there no ammo underneath turret 2? What the hell is going on? And then, yeah. But, that's crazy. Honestly, the only thing that's fun to me about naval is being on a destroyer and having some fun. But even better than that is Battleship v Battleship. You remember that?
Dude.
Remember that Battleship shit?
That's where I think the best gameplay comes. I like, truthfully, honest to God, I had some of my best moments in Foxhole on that on the Bonebreaker, dude. Like, that battleship, it broke so much concrete. It killed 2 boats. You know, like, it killed a frigate and it killed, I wouldn't call it 2 boats then. It killed a lot of gunboats. I wouldn't call it 2 boats. It killed 1 frigate. But even then, dude, like, when that battleship came up after we were already wounded and we slugged out for almost 5 minutes straight, screaming, repairing, just roll the guns, repair, that was the most intense, engaging time I've ever had in Foxhole. And I strive for that, dude. I strive for the moments where I, like, am in it. I'm talking to the boys, like, shit's hot and crazy, and, like, that's awesome, you know? And I think the battleship definitely gives that more than the fucking Ares does. But, you know, it gets crazy, you know what I mean? And I just... I wish all naval was like that, dude, because it could be. I really... I wish there was more of an emphasis on naval defenses and really being able to hide away from Navy, and so you could have things. So I want some shit like Wake Island, dude. I want some fucking 4-inch guns on the beach, like,
oh shit,
you know, when those landing craft are coming in off the boats, dude. And just fucking one. Exactly, dude. And just crack on the landing craft. And you can roll those motherfuckers up like a push gun. Place it down. Bam! Loading craft, 20 dudes dead. boom! Fucking cannon battery comes up, blasts your position. Next gun comes in the next battery. Dude, like, you could do some cool shit. And then it'd be anti-gunboat defense, which would be even cooler.
Would that be a bunker piece?
I think it would have to be, it'd have to be something you move via, like, towing. I really wish there was towable shit only, to where you can't, like, you can get in it, but you can't fucking do anything, like, you can't push it. It's a tow Vic, period. That's the only way it moves.
Oh.
You know? And you get a hoplite, tow that bitch out to the beach, park that mother, and then fucking just lay waste where it sits. And, you know, make it something on the construction pad that costs like 500 BMATs. And then you could really make a full naval blockade. Like, of actual, like, you have to go man it. Because AI against Navy, they already have that, which is the howitzers, right? That's the big anti-Navy thing.
Okay.
I do think they need a tier 2 howitzer that would be like a mortar. I think I don't think gunboats should get away with as much as they do. And I think if a gunboat hits a tier 2 howitzer, it should get hurt but not die. But I think if it hits multiple, it should die. Or if it continues to hit the same thing, it should get punished for it. And I don't think tier 2 howitzers should retaliate to 120. And I don't think I think tier 2 howitzers should only react to mortars. It has a 100-meter distance. Max. Maybe 120 with wind.
I'd put that in its own thing.
What do you mean?
Like, you know, tier 2 howitzer would be a mortar. I just put that as its own column. And you get tier 3 howitzer, and you'll still get tier 2 or even tier 3 mortar.
So just its own thing. I guess you could do it kind of like if you do specialized bunker, or not, concrete bunker, would make it go from tier 2 to tier 3 like you do with howitzers. But howitzers would be, you only get them at tier 3 at concrete. You could have a tier 2 structure be howitzer, but then you would have a tier 3 mortar with the concrete upgrade. Just how they do howitzers. Except, you know, you'd have the wet and dry process. But, you know what I mean? It would be it would sit there at tier 2, and then when it upgrades from tier 2 to concrete, that's how you upgrade it to tier 3. And maybe then it will retaliate to 120. Or arty, you know, or whatever. Or maybe it has an increased damage. Like a heavily increased, or I don't fucking know. I don't know what they can do.
As soon as you said the mortar for the bunker, I thought of the you ever seen those mortars on those 17th century warships where it's just a big ass just metal thing and it just put a ball in it?
Yeah,
like
fucking a cannon, dude. Fucking.
Yeah. It's so stubby and shit. It just put out the front of the boat. That's really what I thought you were talking about. It was like, man, if you had that in the game, that shit would be so loud.
That'd be fucking dope. Dude, talking about that, I would love a siege, like, cannon kind of thing. Mortar-wise, like, they already have the push guns and shit, but I want something that has, like, 50 meters range and could fucking just shoot up in the air and come down and fucking just make, like, a big-ass explosion at HE, but it'd only be, like, demolition damage. So you could send it at trenches, and when you shoot that fucker up and it comes down, dude, you're in the fucking trench. Ah! You see the fucking shadow coming in. Ah! Ah! Trench fucking gone, dude. Like, oh, man. Could you imagine, bro? Like, fuck me, man.
Like an old-ass cannon?
Yeah, dude. Like a fucking a pietard or something. Well, I think that's what they're called, dude. Like, or a limpet. What the fuck is that called? They had them in Battlefield 1, BF1, trench mortars. What were those called,
Such a good
dude?
game, bro. Battlefield 1 was such a good game, bro.
What was that? There's a thing it's called, dude. It was like... That is a bomb-ass game, by the way. Shout out to fucking Battlefield 5, dude. I hope you're fucking baller, bro. Or actually Battlefield 6 now? What was that called? Yeah. What is that called, dude? It was like a...
It's a mortar?
Yeah. A Minewerfer?
The Japanese had a 320mm rocket mortar in World War II. Jesus.
So, it was a... the one I'm talking about is a 17-inch Minewerfer. I think this is what it is. And it... Here, I'll show you what it shot. If you're looking on my Twitch or whatever, this is what it is. It's like these, dude. You would have just a big old... That's fucking like... Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Dude,
so just
and...
take that and just
then,
like kind of like cut the nose of it in half, and that would be on the boat.
But this is what I'm talking about, dude. Just give me something like this that I could just fucking... and just fucking, have them be super expensive, dude. And, I mean, they would be used to, like, demo concrete and shit, I assume, but I don't know how you could balance that. But, dude, you know how fucking sick that'd be to get a big old... just absolute evaporator, dude. That'd be insane. I also want a, it's not a limpet mine. What are those mines they used, the Japanese that used? It was a lunge mine.
Oh, the lunge.
Yeah, bro. Give the collies a lunge mine, dude. That's what we need. All right, give me a lunge mine, dude, and you would see the hordes.
Just lunge at 'em.
Dude, you would see the hordes of green. Matai! Boom!
Too crazy, bro. I could see that shit get spammed so easily.
I mean, dude, but it'd be so crazy. And can you imagine sitting in a machine gun or in a trench with a machine gun and you just ripping motherfuckers in half, dude, on a rat catcher? Oh man, it'd be crazy, dude. I don't know, man. Like, there's a lot of shit I would love to see in the game. But looking at the game, is there something that you would like to see changed?
My destroyers. Come on now.
I mean, what do you want changed about it, though? Like, give the, if the dev ever watches this, your chance to talk to the dev, bro. Like, this is your chance to, sit there and tell him, what you would think would be a good idea. I mean, a balanced idea, hopefully.
I'm gonna just go back to that idea that I said, have a small ammo storage in the back. Just a very small, not even the same storage as the front, just a little bit smaller. Like a 40 round, 60 round, something in the back. I think that would make it balanced because the Wardens have their ammo storage in the middle. We have ours all the way in the front.
I have an idea.
Yeah, I'm saying both their guns are in the middle.
I do have an idea. I'm actually gonna go pull up the. Let me pull this over here. I'm gonna show you. What's our battleship called?
Which one? Iowa. Oh,
Holy shit! Yeah. Hold on. Foxhole Collie Battleship. Alright. So something they could do. Something they could do for our destroyer to give it some love. And I'll pull up the destroyer after this. Actually, I'll just pull it up and we'll do a side-by-side. 1 second. Collie Destroyer Foxhole.
You should have definitely named that battleship Conqueror, dude. I'm not even gonna lie.
Pretty sure that's what our destroyer's name is. That's exactly what our destroyer's name is.
Switched it.
So what I'm thinking would be a really cool adjustment. Oh, this is Reddit. We don't want to go there. That's a cesspool of fucking... Oh, don't want that, bro. Maybe we can find... They don't really have any... I guess this is what we get. So you see right here how they have the 20 or the 40 millimeter?
Yeah.
What I think would be cool, and this is just my opinion, take this turret and slap it right where that 40 millimeter is. That fixes the ammo issue. First off. Then you have one singular loading bay that loads, so you have to put 4 in to load both. But what that would also do is leave this big ass open area in the back. And what would be cool is, since we do this design already with the... I did Colin.
Hold up. What if we had 3 single barrel turrets?
I mean, we do the... I don't really care about the single or double barrel. Like, that doesn't really bother me. It's the fact of our shit doesn't, fire quick enough due to the ammo. If we had our ammo closer to the guns, that's the bigger problem, I think. So, I hear what you're saying, though, is cut off a barrel, put one here, cut off a barrel. So you have 3 120s, which would be really cool. And then you could slap the 40 millimeter, fuck it, do what you do with the battleship, dude. Hold on. Do what you do with the battleship and just fucking slap it on the side of the captain's quarters. You know?
Yeah.
But, I mean, this is literally what we want, and just have a smaller version of it. You know what I mean? But I'm telling you, dude, that's this... If we could...
Twin turret 1 and turret 2 on the front of the boat would actually be pretty damn sexy, I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, if you had 2 twin turrets on the front of the boat, and you had the, Hold up, bro.
What? What you got, man?
Alright. Put the 2 up front like that. 2 twin turrets on the front, right? Back is open, right? You could do a loading bay like we do on our fucking... For 120s. Hold on, we could do a loading bay like our 120s.
Come on.
Or, hey, time out. This is my real idea. This is what I was going to drop first. What if they put a poly on the back of the boat? A polyobos?
You talking about that ARC RPG emplacement?
Dude, because we would need an AT on the boat for if we get close to land for tanks. Dude, I'm telling you, bro.
Are you crazy?
Bro, it's better than a dual 40 millimeter. Dude, can you imagine that? Think about that, dude.
I can't. I ain't gonna hold you that. I could picture that. That shit would look ugly as hell.
I can't even lie. Well, you could do it a different model. You don't have to do the fucking actual, crank poly.
That's so nasty.
I mean, no, actually, you know what this would look like? Hold up. We talked about this earlier. What was that fucking SM1 rocket?
Bro.
Hold on. Dude, this is what it looked like. Oh, it would literally look like this, except it would have ARC RPGs in it. Have that on the back of the boat. Fuck it, with a machine gun on it too. Fuck it. To make it actually worthwhile to have it on the boat. Have it literally look like this. That would look sick as fuck, dude. Bro, it would look clean.
Oh, man. Oh, no, it would not. I don't think so, man. I actually don't.
Well, what about...
Oh, man.
Do you know what a hedgehog depth charger is?
Yeah.
What if they slap that on the back instead?
No, that's a good idea.
I ain't gonna lie,
That's a good idea.
that was Milk's idea. I ain't gonna lie, but he said, you know, but then we would have a better chance, and I'd be it would make our gunplay against frigates better because we'd have better target acquisition, and we would have better ammo running capabilities. 2, that makes us a better sub hunter, so we can have a worse sub because we would have a hedgehog on the back of the boat.
Yeah.
So,
oh my god, now you're cooking, man. You're cooking.
Now you fix every problem with the collie boats, and then you don't have to worry about the sub. The sub can be shit, and long and fucking dorky and dumb as fuck with the 120. Fucking whoever's idea that was, you should be fired. I'm just kidding. I love you, but I think it was bad, dude. I think it was a really bad. I think it was a cool design idea, but I think it was a really bad put in practice. But yeah, dude, I think that would look sick as shit, having a hedgehog on the back and having a quad dual 120s in the front. That would make us weaker in the back, which would give them an exploit to hit our backside. But if we kept you to the side or head on, it'd be welcome to Pound Town population U. You know? And that would do naval. That'd do the naval justice.
They're gonna put a hedgehog at the back. They're probably gonna get rid of our 2-side depth charges.
100%, they have to. Yeah, that would be our only depth charge launcher. Yeah, but I mean, still, we'd be fine. You know, I think it'd be good. I think it'd be solid. I think that's a solid idea, and I don't think that puts us too far away. We're not buffing our guns. We're literally just making it a fair fight by putting our guns closer together, closer to the ammo.
Yeah.
We are giving ourselves a buff to fight subs because your sub is better. So now we have a more even playing field to fight your naval ships. Now it's a more even playing field. You know, now we have a nasty destroyer. Our sub sucks. You have better quality overall with a frigate, good gunboat, and a submarine. We get a really good gunboat. We get a really good destroyer and a kind of shit sub. You know what I mean? We excel where we want, and we don't really care about anything else. I think that'd be fucking dope. I really think that'd be dope. You know, that being said, though, I also think another... Actually, let me ask you this. Do you think it was good for the Nemesis to get from a 30 to a 20, or a 20 to a 30% for the disable chance?
Yes and no. I'll go with yes and no. More to the yes. I would say yeah. I would say so. Don't the Wardens have a vehicle that goes under 20?
It's the light tank that they have to put on a pad. So it's not the divot, it's the Ironhide, which is their up armored divot. It disables at 20%, and it has a very high armor, so it doesn't really get dirty ever. But it disables at 20%. Yeah.
I'm on the fence about that, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, my whole thing...
But you just have to be more cautious about your play actions then, because you're no longer disabled at 20. You're at 30, so...
My whole thing with it, I think it's... I think it was too soon to up and nerf the Nemesis. But I did play against 1 or 2 Nemesis, and I do know that it takes a lot to put it into a state where you can kill it, and you can't track it and mobility kill it like every other tank in the game. But I think that was the beauty of that tank, was because we don't have a lot of tanks that can play like that, and we have to dive for most of our shit. Like, our mentality is dive because we have shorter range on most of our stuff. When I mean most, like, obviously the Outlaw, the HTD, and then you have the Silverhand. Like, those are all 40 and above. Brigands 40 and above. They don't have really a tank that's 35. I don't think they actually have a tank that's 35 meters. Outside, like, armored car, you know. But I don't think they have a tank above divot that is below 40 meters. I really don't think so. The BT, but that's both sides. You know, we have the Bardiche, the Talos. Oh, they do have one more. They have one more. They have the Bone Law. But that thing is also the highest DPS tank in the game. So, I don't know. It can literally kill, or to say, it can kill every tank in a full volley. It'll disable a BT in a full volley if every shot pens. It's the only tank in the game that, and it can do it faster than any tank. Like, it's insane how much DPS that thing brings. But nevertheless, they do have 2, but we have 2 as well. But they also have better range in most categories than us as well. And so our mentality is we have to dive. A lot of our play style is dive or, you know, meet them in the middle, which creates a lot of aggressiveness that we have to play with. And I think it's really bad when you start taking away that mentality away from us. I think the Bardiche should get a lower track chance. I know that's insane to say the Bardiche needs a buff. But I also think the Silverhand needs the same thing. I think it needs a way lower track chance, because these tanks can't be played the way they're designed due to getting tracked. When you dive in a Silverhand, I'll tell you the first thing I tell all my guys: aim for the tracks. Aim for the tracks. It doesn't matter what you shoot on. I don't fucking care what you're doing. Aim for the tracks at every fucking tank. It doesn't matter. The only tank that's opposite is the Bone Law, because it has a higher turret chance. But every single tank in the game, all of our guys are trained tracks, 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 because tracks kills tanks. And when you have to get closer and eat more shells to do that job, you need to have better protection, because that's what that tank's designed for. The Silverhand's tank is designed to get into that 35 meter range and pop. You know what I mean? The Bardiche, that's its only fucking thing it can do, besides gun down infantry, is dive. It needs to be a diving tank. It needs a lower track chance. Or the other half, it needs to disable to lower pace. But I think if you start throwing around lower track chances, you're going to see a lot more aggressive plays, and you're going to see a lot more lines breaking, and not this stagnant wall bullshit that we have going on right now. So that, you know, I just think it was premature. I think it was very premature for them to up and take that away from the Nemesis. Obviously, it's Bone's favorite tank for a good reason. But I think it was very premature. I think its mentality is still dive. You know, well, you have a 40 meter 68. Yeah, but its damage isn't in the 68. Its damage is in the Tremola. And a lot of collies still don't understand that. You can get 1,600 damage. If you pen the 68 and shoot every Tremola, you can get 1,600 damage. 600 flat from the fucking...
gameplay is nuts.
I mean, that's where we get most of our kills, in all honesty. And we aim for the tracks. If you get tracked, you are going to get Tremolas under your carriage. I promise you. And if you're Medine, he's going to put it in your carriage. He's the fucking Kobe Bryant of fucking Tremolas, dude. Like, I'm telling you right now. He has done it 3 out of 3 times. The motherfucker don't miss. He's put 3 out of 3 buckets in an STD. Every fucking time we've been in an Emmy versus STD, and he's in the Tremolo Gunner, he has put one in the fucking tub every time. It's insane, dude. He is a freak. I don't know if he even watches these, but if you are here, you are the Kobe Bryant of Tremolos. I've told you that many times. Again, going back to the point, I think tanks that are designed to push should be designed to push. I think tanks that are designed to snipe should snipe. I don't like how we placate to how we feel in the game to what's actually fair. The Bardiche should be a pushing machine, and it can get stopped by a lot of things to do that. The Outlaw is a sniper. It does that job fucking amazingly. The LTD is a sniper. It does that job fucking amazing. But the push tanks, we really neuter the push tanks, dude, because, and I don't know why, because we add all this AT shit to slaughter tanks immediately. Why are we neutering the push tanks? And to be honest, we have 3 assault tanks on the collies. Kind of neutering one side. You know what I mean? We are an assault tank, you were neutering us. We have a higher health pool, but that doesn't matter when we can't back up the fucking hill because we're tracked. And why did we get tracked? Because we have to push 10 meters deep into your fucking shooting zone. Yeah, we're going to get fucking shot to shit. Duh. That's why you have high health pools. High health pools don't matter when you're stagnant. Sitting still, you're fucked. And I just think that's something they need to revise. I think if there's a push tank, let it be a push tank. Silver Hands should have a low track chance. Maybe they should have a higher turret chance to, kind of back that fucking, massive. Same thing with the Bardi. You can fucking play with the numbers, but I don't think it's right that these tanks are getting neutered the way they're designed to be played because people don't like it. I think that's wrong. I think people should adapt. I think people have adapted to the HGD. People got slaughtered by it. I think people have adapted to fucking super heavies because you get slaughtered by it. You learn how to fucking take it out. You have to swarm it. Shitty as that may be, that's the only way to kill a super heavy. Get a track and swarm it. That's all you got to do. We're adaptive. We should be adaptive, and that's, I think if they don't like us pushing with Bardiches in their armor's face, start laying down more mines. Start carrying stickies. You will get punished doing these things if you put the right defense in front of it, right? I just, again, I'm beating a dead horse because it makes me mad. I am a tanker. I think you should let tanks keep their identity and be badass in their own way. I think the Bardiche should be the ultimate push tank. I think when that thing gets in your face, you should go, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, help. Not just aim for its tracks and it's dead. Because that's all they fucking do. It's not a big fucking secret on how to kill a Bardiche. Aim for its tracks, you get a shot out as it's coming in, and you get a shot as it's backing up. You have 2 chances every time a Bardiche comes in to hit you.
Oh, what if there's a facility Bardiche where I had a first idea where it's a Bardiche with a long barrel 68. With 45 meters, but less HP and less armor.
What? What? Alright, I'm gonna let you speak, but what the fuck?
Or you have another facility Bardiche that has the Spatula where it has a not Hivo, but a higher damage cannon.
It's a Hivo.
Your Bardiche have reinforced tracks.
Dude, they could do what they did with the Panzers and slide up that fucking side armor, the fucking flat plates on the side. You know what I'm talking about? The Panzer IVs, where they had the fucking flat Panzer, and then they did the Panzer IV with the fucking side slants on it and the fucking... Dude, that would be sick as fuck. I mean, they kind of do that with... They've already done that with one tank, and they do that with the divot into the Ironhide. Ironhide's just an up-armored variant of the divot, but instead, like, I like what you're talking about, where it's not so much it affects the armor or the gun damage, but it affects the percentages on track, turret, and facility shit like that would be cool. Have a different variety in the facility variants. That would be really cool. You know, maybe on the maybe on a. But now you're talking, dude. Now you're pissing facility people off because now you're bringing out a whole new span of, well, you did it for this tank. Maybe a Spatha should be able to get a 68. Like, you know, like you just start getting all the crazy shit. What if my Outlaw had a 68 low velocity at 45 meters? Like,
yeah, I mean, now you're just adding variety to the game.
I do think the facility would be cool that way. Yeah. I do think someone's talked about this, and I want to give them credit. I don't remember. Oh, it was Warhound. Warhound Actual. He's in the Bone. He's in Bone. And he talked about facilities and what you get in a facility, what you buy in a... All right, let me take a step back. So what you get in a factory or an MPF is the chassis. And you take all chassis to the factory, and at the factory you can adjust what turret top you slap on that bitch.
Oh, he's cooking.
So you that's what I was like, dude, you make a whole new variant of the game, and now you have tank builders. Now you have engineers to micro what's the meta. Or you have the goofy motherfuckers that get a super heavy chassis and a goddamn 20 mil on it. Like, you have the memers, dude. You have the 30 mil autocannon on the fucking super hit. Now, obviously, that's not realistic, but imagine slapping a 30 mil autocannon on a fucking Bardiche. Pop, 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 pop. You know, and just charging. That'd be cool. But, you know, the game can go in so many different ways, and we all love to speculate on it. That would take so much work coding-wise from the devs. I don't know if that's realistic, but I do think the realistic thing you have said that I do love is changing the percentages with a facility upgrade. Now, whether that the cost, I have no idea what would be even for that. But I do think if you made facility tanks, add more to the facility without adding more to the facility. So more for less. Same ass mats. Same, you know, production time, 5 minutes. But you now just add more buttons to click on variant types. And I think they could really do some cooking in the kitchen if they get their thinking caps on, devs. They could do some even cooler shit. If, you know, we're two people. And to be honest, you came up with a great idea. Imagine what these guys that own the fucking game think about their game all the time. They think about these conversations 24/7. You know?
Yeah.
Imagine what they could cook up. You know, maybe they get another fucking submarine with a 120 on it. Who knows? You know, it could be bad, but then they could give us a fucking Nemesis again, and that shit was straight gas. I don't know. You might get the 50-50 coin flip, but it might be good. Sometimes pretty good, sometimes pretty shit. Could be cool though. Damn, dude, I
would actually enjoy the game if they actually did that. 100%.
I think they would do a lot better with the player base if they gave us what we wanted at a cost. I think now with that comes a lot of responsibility on the player base though, because then you have the fuckers that want OP shit just for their faction, the loyalists and the shitheads that don't care about balance. and they don't care about anyone else's fun. Because, to be honest, I don't want a fucking punching bag. I don't think either side should be an NPC faction. I don't like that. I even liked losing our battleship to that other battleship. That shit was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Shit was fun.
I don't mind when it's a good game. But when you're talking about this shit like super unbalanced for one side only, you gotta take a break, dude, because no one wants to be a punching bag, dude. No one wants to play on the weaker side 24/7. Like, that's just not fun. It's not competitive, and that's what makes Foxhole fun as fuck. Like, man, they hit us here and they did us dirty. Like, fuck, you made one clan quit, but then they go and do a partisan op and fucking kill 6, super heavies in a railstorm cannon, and now you made a major clan quit. And, like, when you do, not even partisan shit, but I'm just talking about, like, hitting each other where it hurts, but being competitive, that shit is, like, fun. That's good. That is competitive. It's head-to-head. But when you start talking about, like, let's be honest, the Warden versus Collie sub, and the Warden gunboat versus the Collie gunboat for the past few wars, like, it's just not even competitive. It's like a punching bag, and I think there is some pendulum balance bullshit going on, but I think it's getting better. I think the game's decently balanced. But it still needs some refinement. I think they're close. I think they're close to making the game we all want. And I think they have a chance with Air and these updates coming out to really refine the game. They've had a long time of not really pumping out big content to really refine the game.
I just thought of something, dude. Do you
What's
know
that?
what an A20 is?
You can look it up.
I'm pretty sure it's called A20G. Probably with the U.S. Army. I'm not sure.
Okay, is this like a bomber? This looks
Yeah.
like a bomber.
Those things sometimes had rockets on the sides of them. Like little tiny unguided rockets.
Mhm.
What if we get one of those?
Well, we've already seen the Collie bomber.
Yeah, but that one would just have bombs. This one would have rockets on the side of that shit.
Well, I don't even know, so now we're getting into speculation of Air. We don't even know if there's going to be variants for planes, or if there's different loads. What if our bomber can carry one torpedo? What if our bomber can carry just bombs? What if our bomber can do fucking 60, what's our fucking machine gun? Dusks. What if it can do 60 dusks like the Russians did with the PPSH? Did you ever see that, by the way? You know what plane I'm talking about? Do you know what I'm talking about there? What's that?
I might have seen them once.
So, the Russians in World War II, they slapped like 60 PPSH drum mags all linked together on the bottom of the plane, and they'd do gun runs over trenches. They'd pull the trigger and all the guns would start cracking off. All the PPSHs would. And they'd dive bomb over trenches and just literally pepper the ground in... It would only last like for 8 seconds or something like that. Yeah.
Hang on, I just found it. They had like... Is that 50 of them?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And what if they did that for, like, Foxhole, dude? Imagine a, like, big-ass trench, you know what I mean? And you line one of them bitches up, dude, and then skirt off. Like, that'd be cool.
You're talking about this thing?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That is exactly what I'm talking about, yep. Yeah, those are all PPSHs filled with drum mags, and they would fucking do some dirt, dude. They would do some dirt.
I thought you were talking about, there was one that had like a little tiny dome underneath it that had like 6 kind of like machine guns on the bottom of it, but I've never seen that. That was crazy.
And they did that shit. and they would go over trenches and like very populated positions and just and skirt off.
God.
I mean, dude, can you imagine trying to hide from that in a trench? Like, what do you can't do anything. You're cooked.
You would have to dig like kind of like sub tunnels behind the actual trench. That way you run in that motherfucker and that way they don't hit you.
Yeah. No, that'd be insane.
Shit.
That would be insane.
Imagine being a poor fucker in that trench when all 60 of those PPSHs go off. That's gotta sound crazy.
I mean, there's never going to be audio of that, but I would love to hear it. Like, I can't even do a fucking fast enough iteration with my tongue to fucking make that sound. A PPSH drum goes in like, I think, 6 seconds. All 71 rounds. That's 71 rounds times 60. That's what they're dumping into a trench of lead. Yeah. It would be fucking disgusting. But yeah, dude, I think air has some real potential to be really good. But like I said, I think they need to refine the game a little bit. I'm actually very happy they got an APRPG launcher. I really think since they got the flash nerf, thank you, Mark Foot, you finally did one thing right that I asked for. I think they needed an AT weapon that wasn't a sticky, and I think they got one, and I think it's in a decent spot. I think it's right between the Venom and the Bane, and I think it's solid that they got an AT weapon. I really do think they need a variant for the Nemesis to be a tank destroyer, a true tank destroyer, and what I mean by that is like take out the. You know what? I'll fucking show you a picture.
Would it be taking off a turret ring and just slapping the barrel inside the hull?
Hold on.
Just give us a T95.
No, it would be excuse me. So you have the original Puma, which was the 50 millimeter, or they actually had the 20 mil first. But they have it in this funny in War Thunder.
Oh wait, I think I know what you're talking about.
It's a 75 millimeter pack Puma, and what I would want, I mean this is a toy copy of it, but maybe I can share my screen.
That's what the pack gun literally on top of it, huh?
So this is what I'm talking about, where they take the top off, and it's an open top, and they make it a pack Puma. And so what the turret I want them to slap up here, though, I want them to slap the 40 meter range high velocity 40 mil gun, push gun, what's that gun called? Smelter. I want them to slap the Smelter turret on top of the Nemesis chassis. That's what I want.
Ooh. You wonder if they do that, you wonder if they're going to make the crew exposed?
Well, that's the
LTD.
thing that I'm saying is I think it would, the trade-off would be that would be decent for it was make it open top, but make it a high velocity. And to be honest, I would like a high velocity 68. To be honest, because that's its natural caliber anyway. Make it a high velocity 68 at like maybe 35% high velocity. Make it really sting at 45 meters. Make it a tank destroyer at 45 meters.
That thing would have no health.
Well, the thing is, it doesn't have armor. It would still be the falchion health. I would still want the armor to be the same as the like literally no difference between the Nemesis and that's health and armor, except it's open topped, and I want a better track chance on it. And you know what would?
They're gonna do something else with that if they do that.
Bro, what if they made a track?
They're gonna do something.
What if they made a track Nemesis?
They'd be too skinny.
fucking cool. It would be really cool. Can you imagine a track Nemi actually being able to cross trenches? Holy shit! It'd be sick!
I'm trying to picture that.
I mean, I wonder if there's ever a tracked puma in real life. Tracked puma. Yeah, they did. They made it now in modern day, and it's a different whole thing. They never made a track puma in World War II, I don't think.
That puma, okay.
I mean, that's like, dude, if you don't think that's our fucking tank, like, it's a puma, bro. Like, but this is like exactly what I'm talking about, dude. This would be so fucking cool, dude. Oh.
Mm-hmm. I could actually get down with that. That actually would be pretty sick.
Like, that would be so fucking... And then we get the MTD. Yeah, that's what when I tried to tracked Puma, that was the fucking IFV from like 2007 or whatever, the fucking IFV for Germany. Yeah.
War Thunder here.
Hey, dude. I actually did really good at War Thunder today, by the way. My buddy dropped a nuke at 8 kills. I had 7. It was pretty good. I was doing top tier too.
I've never dropped a nuke, man. Top tier, what were you using?
T-72. I was at 10-3. I guess it's not. What's that?
You're using T-72 Terms T?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to have to run with that with you because I have that tank as well.
It's really good.
But
yeah, dude, like, sorry, that was a little side thing. I saw that and had to talk about it. But,
yeah.
Man, you know what I really want to see the Wardens get to be honest? I want to have them get, like, a light machine gun.
Really?
I think it's bullshit that the collies are the only ones that get, like, a dinner plate gun. I think they should get, like, a Bren. I think they should get a Bren.
That dinner plate's a heavy machine gun.
No, it's not. It's a light machine gun.
It's a 50 cal.
Yeah, it's a heavy caliber. It's not a heavy machine gun, though. It's labeled as a light machine gun. I mean, the thing is, though, like, I would like them to get, like, a Bren. I think that would be a really cool model for them to get, too. Is a Bren machine gun, or, like... I don't want them to get the BAR, because that's, like... That's fucking Collie Nation, dude. We're the American, you know, the American, Russian kind of... They're more the Germanic, French, kind of Italiano kind of thing. We are definitely the... I wouldn't call them the Allies versus Axis. I think it's more just like we have the aesthetic of the Russians and the Americans, and I think they have a very deep aesthetic of French, German, and a little bit of Italy in their guns and stuff. So, but that being said, I would like for them to get like a Bren, you know, and give them a 12.7 Bren. And next topic, another balance issue. Why the fuck does the Warden Scout uniform get resistance to cold, but the Collie Scout uniform does not get resistance to mud? This is bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
You talking about the recon?
Their recon gets resistance to cold. Their basic uniform lasts longer in the cold, or their recon uniform lasts longer in the cold than our winter parka. Yeah.
Well, okay, yeah.
They're the cold faction.
Yeah, I can see that, but I don't know why we didn't get the mud resistance.
That's what that fucking makes me mad. I think that it makes me mad that our fucking partisans don't get mud resistance. I think that's bullshit.
100%.
Ducky, that's for you, big dog. I know you've been talking about that for a while, and that pisses me off too. Fucking bullshit.
Man, that's crazy.
Also, bring back vehicle freezing. Bring back vehicle freezing, alright? Because we have to fucking wash our cars off every time we go to the fucking The thing that you put the fucking vehicles in, the storage depots. I gotta have a fucking water bucket to wash my shit off. Bitch, you should have a fire to heat your shit up. Bullshit. I don't know if they actually...
They removed that?
I don't know. It might still be in the game. I don't think it is, though. I haven't had to do that for a vehicle in the snow in so long. I don't know if that's a thing.
That was like when I first started playing in War 108.
Yeah, I don't think that's a thing anymore.
Not long ago.
Yeah, I don't think that's a thing.
That's that.
I mean, yeah, I think it's bullshit, and that's why I think, again, I think vehicle freezing should be a thing. And I think another thing is puddles should not only spawn on the fucking road. I swear to God, and I think the devs have even admitted it, the fucking puddles spawn majority on the road. And I think that's horseshit. They don't get a debuff for driving in the snow. We shouldn't get a debuff for driving in the rain. That's bullshit. Bullshit.
I do remember when that update came out when... Was it the same update when they added the swords and the clubs? And shit,
I don't remember.
Like, yeah, we're going to add more puddles and shit all over the terrain and stuff. I've hardly ever seen puddles on the grass. Or
yeah, I swear, dude. Well, and you know what's funny? They're client side, too. So when builders are trying to build and they are on the grass, I'll get the fucking glitch dig animation, and it won't be there for me, but I fucking pass the shovel to someone else and they can dig the puddle up. Unless I log out and log back in, that puddle's not there for me. Or when you're trying to put it, you know what I mean? Like, the puddle bullshit needs, like, a rework, bro. Because that, like, not being able to build because of puddles, I think is way too far. I think that's bullshit. I don't think that's a thing for the snow. I think that's utter bullshit that you can't build in the rain. That is just, you can't build in the snow, you shouldn't be able to build in the, or you can't build in the rain, you shouldn't be able to build in the snow. That's just, I think it's bullshit.
You know, I'm pretty surprised that
the weather system needs a full rework. What's that?
You think so?
What were you saying, though?
I'm surprised that after all these years and all these wars, and how many people have asked for a way to cut down the trees, and they haven't done that.
I think that's for a balancing thing. I really do. I think if you could not, or if you could cut down trees and make your defenses perfect and not leave gaps, I think there would be indestructible bases. I really do.
What if he had a system where, okay, there's a couple things. What if he had more trees than usual, but then the trees would go back after a certain point?
See, the problem is not that the trees would go back, but the AI would already be there. And having more trees would even hurt the attacker more, because then they can't get utility in where they need it. It would be a really hard...
Yeah.
I mean, but think about it. Like, you remember that partisan op we did over at that concrete base, the last war we did? Well, you weren't there for that, were you?
Hell no.
So, there was a concrete wall. And on the sides of it, there were mountains with trees that we climbed up and got a 250 up there and shot down at the concrete to cheese it, because it was mountain to mountain defense. There was no way to go through it. It was howitzer, dried conch, like, it was disgusting. We just got on the side of the rock and 250'd it because the trees didn't allow them to build up there, and it allowed us a path to get around their defenses.
That was somewhat of an idea. I mean, I know a lot of people wanted to say, "Yeah, we're gonna cut down the trees, man." But
all right, I'm gonna tell you.
At that point where the attackers and stuff.
As a builder,
defend.
I want to be able to chop down trees. As a facility, like ex-facility guy, I want to be able to chop down trees. As an attacker, if you chop down all the trees, my cover, and possibly sometimes or a place for you to not build because something's in your way, I'd be pissed. It'd be a lot harder for both sides to get shit done if you could build exactly how you want it. Like, I'm telling you, it would be it would be bad. It'd be real bad. I like, the more I've talked to people about this, and even Robert was talking about it, I think they have it that way for a reason. I know for a fact they have the code and they have the stuff for us to be able to chop down trees. That is a known fact. Like, that's not even a question. We could chop down trees in Anvil. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They can add to where we could chop down trees. I just don't think it, like, would be good for the game. Not in current state. But, you know, another thing I'm surprised you didn't talk about was, not to go off that topic, but I just thought of this. I'm surprised you didn't ask for more variety of ships.
I was on my bingo card for that one update. What was it? Three wars ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was either a rework. You know what? Actually, I did put in rework of gunboats in that bingo card. I do remember that, and it's like 3 wars later. So, and in that bingo card, I was like, okay, I'll put in like light cruisers, heavy cruisers, or whatever, and it didn't get added. I wasn't too surprised by that. I don't think that will be a thing until carriers are introduced.
Do you
or
think
even
cruisers?
later.
Do you think
but-
cruisers would be good for the game?
Yeah. Yep. As long as both sides get it. It should be light cruisers first. I would say light cruisers. Like, it probably... I would say a light cruiser will probably be mid-war. A mid-war cruiser. So, like, mid-war of World War One, and then going into World War Two. Those types of cruisers. I don't think you should have light cruisers as in, like, fucking... a Cleveland class with 4 triple turrets and then a heavy cruiser of a New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? It should be a little lighter than that. But I just don't. There's not enough room for all those ships to be in play. Let's be honest. Even if they did have cruisers, they're not gonna play them. They're gonna be sitting in museum ships. So
I think the contrary, actually. I think if people didn't have to have as many people to get on boats, I think you'd see more people out on the water. I think if you didn't need 15 to 20 people to crew a DD or 20 to 25 to crew a battleship, I think you'd see a lot more people on the water. I think that's why gunboats are so apparent. Not obviously ours. Ours is pretty bad. But I think you will see a lot more people on the water because our gunboat is competitive. I think you'll see more people have an interest to actually get out there. I really think if there was a boat that only took about 10 people, I think that'd be a perfect size for Bone. You know, I think we would rock this shit. But that's the thing. You need at least, like, realistically, our number was 12. Bare bones crew, 1 loader each, gunners, driver, spotter, and engineer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 12. Because you need at least 2 loaders for each gun on our destroyer. At least. Not A. You need 2 for each gun. So that's, you already have 3 and 6. Hey, thanks for the sub, Giggles. You have a ARB life. Nice. Actually, I might come play that with you in a minute, to be honest with you. I need to get that Strike Eagle.
Oh, dude, I thought you was talking about, like, actually taking off from an airport or some shit.
No.
On his phone.
But no, you have 6 for just the gun crew. You have the commander and the spotter, driver, and the sonar operator. That's 9. 40 mil, that's 10. And then you have to have a repair crew. That's no repair crew at 10.
The only thing that I could see, because people like gunboats, how small they are. People don't really like battleships because how much crew is involved with it, and so is destroyers. So let's go with a Corvette.
Exactly.
Bigger than a gunboat.
I think
smaller
a
than
single
destroyer.
120 Corvette on boats would be insanely active. I think you'd see those all the time. Collie and Warden. I think you'd see Corvettes as gunboats. And I think 3 gunboats should be able to take on a Corvette.
I think it should be at least 2. I wouldn't put a 120 on it. If I'm being honest.
I would put
maybe
a single
90.
120 on it. I'd put a single 120 on it.
Yeah, I could see the 120. I just wouldn't. I don't. There's too many guns that have 120s.
I just think there's not enough. There's not enough arty calibers in the game. There's only 3 arty calibers in the game total: 120, 150, 300.
Yeah.
That's the only arty. And if you want to count 250 as a siege mortar, like fuck you, dude. Like that's fuck you, bro. Like that's not a fucking arty. I do think honestly a really cool thing that would be. I personally think would be really cool is if there were different calibers for different factions. So
That would be so crazy.
I'm just
I like that
saying,
idea. That'd be
I
crazy.
think it would be cool. Like, imagine, you have the collies with the portable 105, snappier reload, quicker on the draw. But then you have the Warden, their 120s would be classified as a 150, and then their 150s would be classified as like 210s, and then you'd have our fucking 150. It would be classified as like a 220, maybe even a 250. Artillery, you know what I mean? Like you don't change. I'm just saying you just change the name. You don't change the actual. I'm just saying that way you also can't steal ammo, and if you do steal the gun, you have to make a whole new ammo type.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool.
Would you be able to make that ammo type if you were to steal the gun?
I do think you should be able to produce ammo of the enemy faction. I just think it should be at an increased cost.
Yeah, there you go. I was thinking of that shit, yeah.
But I do think that would be cool because then, like, if you stole a Warden 120 as a collie, like, you get that extra range, you get that extra, entrenchment bonus, but now your ammo's a little more expensive. Now it's like, ooh, I don't know if I want to be using that instead of my faction-specific arty and stick to uniformization and... I think that would be cool, man. I think that'd be cool.
Good idea. I'd rock with it. I was thinking of something, but going back to that Corvette shit, I really don't think there should be a 120 on that thing at all.
What would you slap on it?
We got a big boat, a 90, 75. It's a Corvette. It's not an artillery boat.
But you'd be able to shoot 75 from a arc? That's what I'm saying.
An anti-surface warship.
But that's what I'm saying. Then you just make a big ass boat with mortars on it. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's not enough calibers in arty to do that type of shit. Like, you'd have to slap a 120 on it. You just make goofy ass shit if you don't. It'd be a goofy ass thing.
Yeah. Mod. You have a destroyer that has 4 120s, a battleship that has...
It has 150s.
How many is that? 6 150s and 2 120s.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's triple back. Okay, I thought I had a double back.
It does have a dual 120, but it's only one. There's
one in the back.
Oh yeah, they have 2 triple 150s, 2 triple 150s, and a dual 120.
So the fucking sub has a 150.
The sub has a 120.
150s in our fleet.
The sub has a 120.
I meant 120. But there's just too many 150 calibers and 120 calibers on our damn boat. I keep saying 150 because I keep thinking of a 5-inch gun, and I'm pretty sure a 155 millimeter is a 5-inch gun.
I mean, I can see a Corvette having a 120 on the front. I think that's where it could go. But Corvettes are weird boats, man. They're really weird boats.
Yeah.
Especially World War II boats. They're fucking funky looking.
I mean, that's kind of like Foxhole. The game's funky as shit. All of our stuff looks funky, dude.
Not wrong.
The Nemesis looks funky.
You know what they could do, and this would be a cool implementation? What if they gave a naval gun on the... What if they introduced a new caliber for the Corvette at a 105, and that would be the ammo for naval guns, is a 105. Smaller, you could do arty with it. It's a smaller impact, smaller explosion, but it does increase naval damage. It has no resistance. 105 boats have 0 resistance to 105.
What do you mean? Like they're easier to sink from a 105?
They're easier to penetrate with a 105. So 105 would have a really good chance at penning, but very low damage. Put holes in boats, but you're not damaging it. You're putting holes as like you're gonna be sinking ships, not damaging ships. High pen, low damage.
Like that World of Warships where you fire an AP shell goes right through the motherfucker.
It kind of. But that would be a way to balance it, is you don't have as much, you don't get smokestacks from getting hit by a Corvette, but you do get holes. So you have to repair your holes, and if you don't repair your holes, the Corvette could sink you. But if you get sunk by a Corvette, you're dog shit because you're not repairing your holes.
Yeah.
And you should be able to dog shit on a Corvette in a 1v1. Absolutely fucking pound town on that little piece of shit. But that's a sneaky little fucker. He catches you with your pants down. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. I
Just saying.
already see it, like TBFC doing that in a Corvette.
You know what I'm saying? They get a little TBFC
Exactly.
action up in that mug. You know what I mean? Get 4 of them fuckers rolling out on a battleship. Oh, man, the battle stations! Fucking 4 holes in the front compartment. Ah! Like, dude, it'd be nuts. You'd be shitting your pants.
I was thinking, you know how when you shoot an arty gun, you don't see the actual projectile? All you just see is the smoke. Like, what if they actually did that? What if they actually had the projectiles?
I think that'd make the game
Not
lag.
like actual projectiles, but
Dude,
like the visual of the
bro, hold on. Can you imagine, though, in an arty fight with, like, 10 gun battery, what that would look like, dude? Like...
I'm just thinking about naval. Like, what if you see a shell, like, land right on your waterline, and you see that shit rip through, send sparks everywhere, and oh my god, that would be insane.
They could do some cool shit. You know what else would be really cool, though? And I really hope they add this. I think if a boat dies to health, I think that bitch should, like, explode and crack in half. Like an ammo rack type shit, dude. I'd be like, oh, you know what I mean?
You know, with ours, if they do implement this, our whole bow would just be separated.
Yeah.
Just gone.
Boop. Well, imagine our sub, dude. If they ammo racked our sub. The fucking right in half, bitch. That bitch is cracking in half. Gone. Ammo bay in the front. Fucking captain's quarters sinking in the back. Dunzo. Dude.
I don't think they're going to add that, though. I'm not sure. But I really hope they do.
That'd be sick.
Lit as a...
Okay, so here's another thing with air coming into this again. Do you think a torpedo bomber would be fair?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think...
that torpedo... You got torpedoes. All right, let's go, for example. You got the swordfish fighter or torpedo, whatever the fuck, from Britain. Those torpedoes were actually dog ass. They dropped some on Bismarck whole bunch of duds, but one did get that dude and started a fuel leak. That's how they found Bismarck, was a fuel leak. And then you got your U-boat torpedoes. Those things were actually wrecked. So I think if you were to do torpedo bombers, I think the torpedo itself would have to be another variant, a torpedo-mounted or a
aircraft-mounted torpedo.
Yeah.
Well, it'd be like a bomber. It'd be like you seal the bomb bay doors and you just attach it with little arms or whatever, and you have the release. And when it releases, the spindle starts going in the back. You know, some Japanese torps. To be honest, I think it would have to be slow. I think it shouldn't cause a large hole, but I think it should cause multiple small holes that you can rep with a hammer. So instead of how the torpedo does now, where you hit it and the little boat fucking shakes sideways and fucking flails and shit, and there's a big old fucking hole in your... Maybe instead of that, when it hits you, it does, you know, rock your shit or whatever, but then it makes like 3 or 4 random holes in the hull. You know? And that way, if you have multiple land, like maybe 6 or 7 land, you have like 20 fucking holes you need to patch. You're going to sink. But if you only have 1 land and all the rest miss, you only got 4 holes, minimal damage, maybe some smokestack. That way...
I would do like one very large small hole. That makes sense. There's
hold on. Let's take that. A very large small hole. I need some elaboration.
Okay, so you got your torpedo hole, right? That thing is large as hell. And you got your small holes. And a little leak coming out. If you have a torpedo, that might actually have to be a revamp thing. But if you get hit by a torpedo, there's a big-ass hole, big-ass water coming through. Then you would have maybe a medium-sized hole, medium leak, and then you would have your small hole from, you know, your conventional rounds that make a small little hole.
Maybe instead of a revamp or whatever, just an addition, have a medium hole that when you do plug it up with the metal beams, it actually fully seals it. Like it actually repairs your hull to full health, maybe?
Yeah, I would... with a medium hole like that, a medium hole and a medium flood, yeah, I think if you were to put a beam on that, it would stop it. Because if you put a beam on a large hole, it doesn't stop it. That's how I would think of it. You see what I'm getting at?
Yeah, I think it's a mixture between the small hole and large hole where you have this... you act like it's a big hole and it leaks like a big hole, but you can repair it like a small hole. Maybe even without beams, you can just repair it with a hammer, but it leaks like a large hole until you fix it. There's some play with that. I can see a lot of options with that. You know, I definitely think there's some things coming with air that we don't know yet. I'm going to be honest. I really want to see some fucking... Like, I've seen the Wardens have an autocannon on their shit, and I hope they're really good at air-to-air with that motherfucker. I hope we get the ground pounders. I want a P-47 with 1,000-pounder on my right wing and left wing, and I want to come skyrocket down on a fucking STD and drop a fucking warhead on a forehead and just right in the fucking bathtub and bomb that bitch, dude. I want an anti-tank fighter, dude. I want to drop a bomb on a tank and be able to, like, disable that bitch. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I want a dive bomber. We have the bomber, but I want, like, our fighters to be a dive bomber.
SBD-2? Have you seen the movie Midway?
No, actually, that's on my to-watch list on Netflix.
Oh, my God.
I'll watch it when I go to bed tonight. What is it called?
So good. SBD-2 Dive Bomber.
It's a Dauntless! Yeah, I know what a Dauntless is. Yeah! Fuck yeah, I know what a Dauntless is. No, that'd be dope as fuck. Yeah, Dauntless would be sick. That could do it for sure. Yeah, Dauntless would be dope as fuck, to be honest.
You have the red air brakes pop out when you're diving. Oh. Hey. Fuck me. It would be fucking killer.
Yeah, Dauntless would be sick as fuck, to be honest. I think that'd be really cool. But that's more of like a dive bomber kind of thing. Like, that's more like a naval bomber. What I'm kind of thinking of is like...
Slap some green on it, and there you go.
I mean, all I'm getting is War Thunder pictures here. Like, I don't want War Thunder. It's like really bad because it's not what. Oh, here we go. Perfect. This is what I'm wanting, bro.
Perfect.
That is what I'm wanting. Fucking fighter with some big old bombs on the side.
Is that Russian?
That's
no, it's Royal Air Force. Oh. The bombs on it look like it's a Russian fob.
See, or like that would be like, mwah. Oh, that's chef's kiss, dude.
Rocket tubes?
Oh yeah, no, I want a strike fighter, bro. I want a fucking, and yeah, dude, that's some dope ass. I want to drop some warheads on some foreheads, dude.
Hell yeah.
I'm telling you, bro. I want a a laser guided JDAM 500 on my fucking P51, and just fucking.
That. Give me an A10.
Give me an A10. Fucking Burt, can it? Yeah, fuck me, dude. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't be mad if ours was like a gun strike pod kind of thing, like where we have like 30 cals in our wings or 20 mil in our wings. And that just fucking obliterates. But that's the thing. 20 mils and 30. Big brain here. All right, we got to think here. I think 20 mil is going to be what our aircraft gets killed by. I think 20 mil is going to kill aircraft like crazy. It's what they used in World War II. A lot of flak was 20 mil. Obviously, they had the 88s. Obviously, they had 37s. You know, they had a lot of different calibers for anti-air. But the majority of German and aircraft, or I guess American was 40 millimeter with Bofors and stuff, but they also had a lot of 50 cals. 50 cal was a really big proponent in taking out aircraft for America. Russia used a lot of 37 millimeter. A lot. Like, oh my God. If you look at the statistics of how many like fucking 37 millimeter cannons they made, scary. Either way, I think 20 mil being weaker on tanks, it's going to have a higher probability chance to pen on planes. I think planes are going to be light vehicles, and I think that's why they made 20 mil so bad against tanks and whatnot. I think it's going to do really well against planes. Like maybe two-shot that bitch out the sky. You know what I mean? I really think so. I think you're going to shoot a 20 mil out of one of these things and it's gonna clip a wing, dude. I really do. I think 20 mils are gonna I think you're gonna clip a wing and I think it's just gonna and you're gonna eat shit, you know?
The wings on fire and shit just lands on a couple dudes in a trench.
I mean, dude, you're gonna be in a battlefield and you're gonna see planes crash, dude. You're gonna be shooting your fucking like Argenti and you're gonna see a fucking like dude screaming as he's eating shit in the dirt right there in front. Fucking Saving Private Ryan, dude. Like, it's gonna be crazy, bro. It's gonna be awesome. I hope if they do like a little busted ass, like, if it's lame, dude, I'm gonna cry. Like, if they don't have the big fireball or like where you can, I don't know if I can say this on Twitch, become the ammo. Kind of thing, I'll be super pissed off. I will be super pissed off if I can't do that. If I can't slap my fucking plane into the side of a boat and not do, like, if it doesn't do damage, I will be pissed off. Like, I promise you, I'll be sad. That will suck ass. Dude, if you fucking think that we're not going to be trying that dumb shit when Dev Branch comes out, you're fucking nuts. I will be fucking... It's going to be packed. It's going to be packed. We're going to have the whole Reggie on. Speaking of that...
Crazy enough, I don't think I've ever been on Dev Branch at all.
Really?
I've never been on a Dev Branch. Yeah,
that's wild.
I just could not give two shits about it.
A lot of the nerds, including myself, like to test out all the new shit on there and see all the what's it called, the crafting times and stuff, but it's not really that important. Like, the hell was that?
You know that the Ford plant made a B-17 every hour?
That's insane.
That is insane. Like, what if we could do that shit? We could make a bomber every fucking hour.
I do think I'm gonna be no lifting that dead branch. No lifing that dead branch. Hell yeah, it will be too. I do think when you're talking about planes and stuff, I think they're going to be at a higher scale than people are thinking. I think they're going to be medium tank production. I do not think they're going to be very, like, crazy priced. I don't think they're going to take days to cook. I think they're going to be something that you're going to see them very fast. They're going to come out very quickly, and when they're there, you're going to be doing a lot. I bet they're going to be rare mats, but way less and way faster than ships. I don't think so. I really don't. I don't think putting them behind a scrap paywall is a good idea at all. Considering the hoarding and alting that already happens with that'd be a really bad idea. I think they're going to hide it behind something like steel. Nah, I don't even think 20 per plane would be good, because you can only get like 100 per field. And that's if they drop, which is a 33% chance per field. Every 50 minutes, you have a 33% chance to get a plane. And maybe you're not even the one that gets the rare mats.
No, it sucks that aluminum is a tech mat. Because what if you can make planes out of aluminum?
Well, I mean, that'd be cool, but I'm thinking it's going to be like either a new thing, like they're going to have a new pad and it's going to be a new, you put scrap into C-mats into this into this, and then you get a plane part. And then you have to put 5 plane parts into a thing, and then you get a plane hull. And then you put 2 into and you get a plane wing, and then you put a plane fighter together. I think there's going to be a production line like that. But I really hope they don't put it behind a big-ass wall, because, A, that doesn't let the little guy play it. Rare mats are going to be hard to get. And I just don't think that's smart to put that behind such a big fucking wall. Like, I think planes should be something everyone should enjoy, and I think they're gonna get old quicker than people think. I know the first war, that's all people are gonna do, and probably for the next 3 or 4 wars after that. But I think planes will eventually grind out into being like somewhat effective, but I think they're not gonna be as effective as people think. You know, I don't think it's going to be very cost effective to run one plane. I don't think you're going to do that well in one plane. I think you're going to have to have fighter squadrons in the air, and you're going to have to do like scissor technique. You know, like, I don't know. I know, you used to quit smirking, motherfucker.
No, I can just imagine it, but I'm also thinking about other things too, but keep going.
Well, you're going to have real tactics, I think. I don't think it's going to be I don't think it's going to be like tanks, dude. I don't. I think they're going to be a lot softer than people think. I think they're going to be easy to take down. I think AA is going to take down a percentage of your planes no matter what. I think you're going to have to go in mass to do bombing runs, unless you get a cheeky, like, in your area. But I think if you're going to break concrete, you're going to need, like, 60, not 60, probably like 30 dudes to all be in bombers, and that's like 6, 7, 8 bombers maybe, and only like maybe 5 of them make it home. That's going to be a realistic thing. Or maybe even only 3 of them make it home. Like, I really think that planes are going to be shot down a lot more than people think. I think AA is going to be stronger than it needs to be at the beginning. If it's not, they're dumb. And I think that planes are going to be very accessible, but I think they're only going to be effective in high volumes. I do not think they're going to be... You're not going to have a Red Baron in the fucking sky, dude. And even Red Baron was not fucking alone in the sky. Like, you know, you're going to have fire squadrons. You're going to have multiple people in the air. To be honest, there's going to be a lot of FF. I think there will be a shitload of FF in the sky. Accidental. Like, fucking A. I don't even know how many times I've shot down my friends in fucking War Thunder, dude. Fuck me. I don't think it's going to be like War Thunder, but I do think it's... I think you're gonna have a lot of FF. I think you're gonna be...
I totally forgot you could do that with tanks, bro. That's gonna be insane.
The friendly fire's real, dude. That's in fucking Foxhole.
Yeah.
Like, fuck yeah, there's gonna be FF, dude. You don't think when you're dropping a fucking warhead on a forehead that a little homie ain't gonna be beside that trying to, like, sticky him and you're gonna fucking demolish his whole plan, dude? Oh, 100%. You don't think bombs are gonna get dropped by accident on your friendly territories? You're nuts. You don't think that people are going to crash into your shit and hurt your buildings? You're nuts. It's like, dude, it's not going to be this fucking ooh la la gaga land like, this Foxhole, motherfuckers. You're a cog in a machine. We're going to kick you in the nuts and you're going to enjoy it. That's the Foxhole motto, baby. All right? There ain't nothing else. It's going to be fun. But I don't think it's going to be what everyone thinks. I think a lot of people are expecting War Thunder, and they're going to get fucking... I don't even know a fucking hard... They're going to get DCS, bro. They're going to expect War Thunder and get DCS, bro. It's going to be rough. Well, if DCS met Minecraft, I guess, like a fucking baby world, I don't know.
But, you know, when aircraft comes out, how much are they going to revamp ships? They're kind of defenseless right now against AA.
They're not. They have those 50 cals. They have those 50 cals. They have, hold on.
50 cal
They have,
port side.
they have two 50 cals on either side. They're dual 50 cals, one. But two, I think you're going to be able to raise those 40 millimeters up and put HVAP in those motherfuckers, where it's a fuse time thing per distance. So, like, you know how they do depth charges where it explodes at a certain depth? I think those 40 millimeters on the side are going to have flak where you look up and it's going to detonate at a certain height.
Okay, so you just press F and it'll switch up to a different mode? You
press F and it switches up to a up angle and you can aim at a, you know, it's going to probably go like sideways or whatever, and you're going to have that 2D. I have no fucking idea how the plane like is going to look. Because you look at a top down of a plane, you're gonna be you look top down at the player, you're gonna be top down on the plane. You're gonna see a bunch of numbers on the side, and a bunch of different digits and like things you're gonna have to do. So like the scroll wheel, I assume is gonna be your depth, like how you fly up and down. I think scroll wheel will probably be, or like if they do WASD.
That's gotta be a throttle.
I mean, shift and control would be your throttle.
Yeah, that's War Thunder, though.
It ain't that fucking much different. It's a plane, dude. Like, you know, like... they're going to have to do a whole set of different keybinds, dude. And I think that you're going to have... Who knows, bro? Like, we're all speculating. We don't know. Let us have the information, devs.
This is gonna be so long before we actually get this shit through.
It's 6 months.
In 6 months?
6 months. I mean, because think about it. What is it today? Hold on.
I'm gonna be fucking able to drink by the time this damn update comes out, bro.
What is today's date? It's the 2nd, or it's the 22nd of, so we got March, April, May, June, July. Yeah, we're sitting at 5 months right now. I mean, 5 months and 8 days, because I think they're going to drop it in August. They're going to wait till the end of summer to drop it. And if that's the case, in 1 month from 8 days from now, we'll get another update. Every 2 months, we'll get an update.
Drop it now, man. Damn.
Yeah. Everyone's like, I don't fucking care about anything else. Just drop the update, bro. No one cares about these small updates, bro. I just want to fly my plane. Everyone's like, dude, I'm just gonna. Everyone, the population is gonna be so fucking bad. I'm gonna call off for like a week, dude. I'm literally gonna call my boss and be like, I'm not gonna. Actually, I'll be off for summer, so I'm taking a full week. No vape. Like me and my family are going to Florida. We're going to Alabama, Florida, and Tennessee. We're going to go visit some shit. And I was like, it can't be in August. I don't give a fuck if it's in July. I don't give a fuck about anything else. We cannot have August month. I do have zero plans. Zero. Period. Zero plans. Don't fuck. I'm going to lock my room. I'm going to buy a mini fridge. Like, microwave in this bitch. I'm going to have a shit in butt. I'm just kidding. But, like, you know what I mean? It's going to be crazy. I'm going to no-life it, bro. No life, no friends, dude. It's going to be me and the boys on Foxhole, bro. And we're going to be bombing some fucking bases, dude.
Oh, man.
I'm interested in the paratrooper aspect of it. Do you think it's really going to be
fun.
You think it's really going to be one life? Like, you drop a paratrooper back behind enemy lines. Like, if they die, there's no respawns. You just, boop.
Yep. Yeah, if you die, you just got to catch the next plane out. That's how I look at it.
I hope you've played Hell at Loose, right? You've done Hell at Loose, right? I think it'd be really cool if they did like, you know how they do the air spawn, or the commander can call in an air spawn or airdrop or whatever? What if when they drop what if when they drop the troops, it drops an airhead, right? That you can spawn on, and that you can put like 60 shirts. That's it. And you spawn in with the paratrooper uniform, and like, you don't get guns, you get a paratrooper uniform when you spawn on their airdrop. That's it. And if the enemy comes to it, they can disable it.
I don't think they're going to add that. Let me keep it a bug. I don't think so.
I just don't understand how effective it's going to be to just actually drop, maybe 16 people behind enemy lines and just...
You might get a guy like Cruz where he's going to kill the whole fucking enemy team. You might get somebody like J-Ray who's going to eliminate the whole dudes by himself. And you're going to get a couple flights where, like, everybody's going to die within the first 3 seconds. That's going to happen. It's happened in Normandy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it's not... I don't think they're going to do it. It's not going to be like Hell Let Loose. If they do it, that'd be pretty cool. Have a standard low out. Maybe 30, 20 shirts. If you have, like... Oh, good lord. If you have 7 paratrooper planes all dropping airheads... Everybody spawning in different locations around the map, that could get pretty hectic for the defenders. And they could lose
remember, the balance of that, I said, though, they spawn in with nothing but their shirt. They don't get a pistol. They don't get a hammer. They get zilch.
You still punch a motherfucker in their mouth.
I can gun down a lot of fucking punchers, man. I got a fucking Argentine 3 mags. I can kill a lot of people.
A lot of people are going to be pissed when they're going to respawn and not have a damn thing other than their hands.
I think that's the only way to balance it, though. I think it's the only way to balance it. Because it's a free spawn behind enemy lines. It's a free spawn behind enemy lines. Like, that in and of itself, just for intel, is fucking insane. I mean, that would be... Because in the first initial airdrop, like, when you could have a bazooka man, demolition dude, you could have all the cool shit. But when you die, if you want to respawn back behind enemy lines, you are going to get punished if you do not, if you didn't bring a cargo plane to drop a crate of Argentis. But I think if you're willing to put that logistical strain behind enemy line with a crate of Argentis and 30 shirts and, or a Willys Jeep, also, I do think the collies should get a 50 cal Willy Jeep. Just saying.
Air airdrop it.
I'm just saying, I think it'd be cool.
If you were going to do airdrops and do all that, you have a big old cargo bay in the back of that plane. What vehicle can you put back there that would be able to airdrop?
All right, there's only 2 vehicles, I think, that should be airdropped in the game. One is the tankette.
Okay, yeah.
Tankette is the diameter of the M22. It is a smaller than a tankette. The only other vehicle I think that should be added is a Spitfire Jeep from the Wardens with the MG on it. I think those are the only 2 vehicles that should get airdropped. Period. I don't think, dude, if you could... hatchets are way too much. Like I said, maybe a 30 mil tankette, but if you did that, then what would you give the Wardens to airdrop for PvE behind enemy lines? And then that's, like, the Scout tank's way too big. Scout tank's way too big. You're not dropping a fucking... Maybe a TAC. Ooh, the TAC. The tracked armored car for the Wardens. That could be it. That could be it. Yeah.
Oh, man. Bro, I cannot wait when this shit comes out.
And then if they get that, then they could also do a bone car behind enemy lines, too. If we get the 30 mil tankette. I mean, if we're doing that, they should get all armored car variants, and we should get all tankette variants, which would also mean the flame tankette. AC minus the Freeman. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Armored cars. What's the Freeman? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The GAC and TAC shouldn't be able to go in. I'm talking about the base armored car for both factions. I think that would actually give a lot of life to the armored cars too. But that, dude, now you're also thinking the RPG armored car would be good. Oh, dude, you could do some dirty ass shit. You could actually have AT on the back when you drop. Oh, shit. ATAC would be alive again. Yeah, dude, the fucking armored car killer. Fuck.
Ooh.
Fuck. But, dude, think of the Wardens, dude. Dropping back a bone car, dude. Imagine dropping a bone car behind enemy. You could kill fucking real tanks with that shit. Fuck. Yeah, but I mean, imagine. See, that's why I think the tankette would be so much cooler. Because you could get the 30 mil tankette, plus you could get the flame tankette. So we would be like the more PvE-esque, and they would be the more like killing armor, killing shit like that with the bone car-esque kind of thing. And they would be more of a PvE, like anti-tank PvP oriented, as we'd be more of a PvE oriented airdrop. Oh, dude, that'd be so sick.
You're gonna get some motherfuckers that complain about that shit, though. You're gonna get some motherfuckers complaining about everything in the damn.
I was gonna say, people think the pistols shoot different fucking damage types, dude, or different damage amounts, bro. It's the same fucking thing with a different skin, bro. Like, it's the exact same pistol, dude. The exact same. And people bitch about the pistols. I'm telling you, people really bitch that the pistol is different. I'm serious. People really think.
One dude that said that.
Ducky said he's met hundreds.
Really?
Ducky, I bitch because it isn't named Iron as Warden. I miss Big Iron. Honestly, I don't think you guys should get the revolver at all. I think that's bullshit. You guys get the burst pistol. We should be the only ones that get the revolver. Fuck you. Pharaoh equals iron in Latin. That's fucking sick. Big iron, big iron. He's got the big iron on his hip. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I think that'd be really sick. They rip. I don't know. I think the airdrop shit I think it could be really overpowered, but I also think it could be interesting. I'm more interested in the fighter v fighter balance. I wonder how that's going to work, and I'm also interested in how bombers are going to react to the game. Are you going to be able to have different bomb loads for different missions? Are you going to be able to have lighter bombs for infantry?
What if they had napalm?
No fucking way, dude.
What if
Imagine
they had
setting
napalm,
concrete on fire, dude. No way, then.
dude?
I mean, there is a way, but that'd be wild, bro. I ain't gonna cap. That shit be wild. Some palm, dude.
Napalm the fuck out of Japan.
I mean,
Atomic bomb.
what if we can drop gas, dude?
Oh man. Oh
Bro,
man.
a heavy contested
Yes,
area. Imagine a heavy
Bridge
contested.
fights.
Exactly. Heavy contested areas dropping.
Mine drops. Yo.
Oh! Go behind enemy lines and just lay mines for days. AP and A. Oh, yo, dude. If you think I wouldn't be dropping that shit 24/7, they would have to heavily invest in the scrap haulers, dude, because I would be laying those mines everywhere they step, bro. I'd be laying that shit in facilities. I'd be laying that shit in town halls. I'd be laying that shit everywhere. Anywhere I could get my plane in, bro. Bombs away, boys. 50 mines down on the floor. RTB. Let's get 50 more. Get the pallet ready, boys. Bro. Yeah, I mean, but this is also, foxhole, We don't have to do... I mean, we got 120s on the ground is the same as our fucking destroyer. So if you don't think the destroyers had a bigger caliber than the Land Arty, hate to tell you, 3-inch gun's a little bit bigger than a 105, brother. Just a little bigger. So I'm just saying, we can do what we want. This is foxhole, baby. It's all the idea. If we could airdrop fire, airdrop bombs, airdrop fucking
This is gonna be both sides though, isn't it?
Oh, 100%. Yeah,
They're gonna
100%.
be doing the same shit to us.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You better have a good fighter squadron up 24/7, motherfucker, cuz
Yeah, fuck. Radar stations.
oh yeah.
That'd probably be like late tech or something.
No, I mean, I bet you it's in the weather station. Weather station is kind of like a radar.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, dude, if I could drop like if you had a plane come in with gas, right? Or if you had a plane come in with fire, just kill them all. And then when it's all on fire and they run out to get buckets and you do a gas bombing run as they're trying to get their fire out, like you could keep them out from repairing their shit depending on how long that fire and that fucking gas stays. You realistically, if they do it like right now, you could probably keep them off repairs for probably a good 30 seconds, which if you guys don't know, if you're watching, tuning in for the first time, 30 seconds repairing concrete and shit when it's getting hammered, that's a lot of fucking repairs time. That's critical times. 30 seconds is quite literally insane. And if they can't put water on that fire because they're gassed out, Doppler is radar. That's what I thought. I mean, but yeah, who knows what they're going to add. Like, are you going to have to make different planes for different loads? Or are you going to be able to modify the plane is a plane only going to be able to be fitted with one bomb type? So I'm going to have 10 different planes to drop 10 different things? That would suck. I mean, who knows how they're going to implement. Fuck it. I don't even know what it's like to get in the cockpit yet, bro. Like, I don't even know what it is to take off or land. I think people are going to crash so much landing. Like, you're going to have air traffic control. Like, runway 1's clear. Like, how am I going to radio into that dude? Are you going to have a...
What are those radios inside that plane?
But there's no fucking squad or anything like that in game, and there's no building like an air traffic control.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. The little button, press on your keyboard, links it to the ATC.
What if you have a troll on ATC? Runway run! Runway 1! Fucking bombers coming out with an atomic bomb, and you fucking crash, dude. Like... I feel like it's gonna have to be player-made airfields.
Yeah.
I don't know if there could be air traffic control for player base. Like, and how would that even work? We can't even get TeamSpeak to work when we need it. Imagine comms go down when you're landing and you're trying to talk to someone in game. Voice is down in Hex, boys. Good luck. Look at your text. Oh, sorry, I was getting a drink. I didn't see runway 1. I'm in runway 3. Oh, that's good. There's a fucking bomber coming in right now for, better buckle up. Get off the runway, asshole! Like, fuck me, dude. That's gonna suck, dude. I mean, fuck, dude. The devs have... Fuck. I honestly, fuck the devs. I wish they didn't drop the air tees on us. I think that was the dumbest thing because we're not even looking forward to this gunboat update, which is arguably one of the biggest things we've been asking for over a year. And we're like, when's that air update coming out? You got any more of them leak peaks, baby? Let me see a little bit more of that. I'm fucking, yeah, come on, man. Give me, you got any more of that, fucking air update, baby? How many crash landings we'll have? I bet you, and that's why I'm saying I don't think air will be fucking expensive because you're going to be able to crash that shit. And if you can't crash that shit, if it's not like that, that will be exploited to ever-living fuck. If you can't crash, it's not a good idea. Literally, I think both sides just want air because it's all world chat devolves to ASA Warden. What does ASA Warden mean?
As a warden, we forgot the space.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing I'm really worried about is player balance. Like, I really would like the Collies, to be honest with you. I really feel like I don't want anything better than the Wardens per se, but I hope we get some really flashy shit. Like, I really hope we get some flashy shit compared to their stuff. I really do. Because we kind of got fucked in naval, if I'm going to be honest. Tanks are not our strong suit. Infantry's getting more and more even every fucking war. And to be honest, the Collies don't even have an advantage anymore that you can bitch about. Because Boma Stone's just fucking bad compared to what it used to be. So we don't have the infantry card anymore. We've never had the tank card. We really don't have the fucking naval card. There's only one more facet of war until you go into nukes and ICBMs, and that's not in fucking World War II. Hate to tell you. I mean, they did have fucking V2, but that's not... We already got that shit, and to be honest, those don't get used that much. And when they do, it's not really that good anyway. So, I really hope that the Wardens don't get the better end of the stick in air. I would really like if the Collies were the dominant air faction. I would also really like it if the win column got more in line with even. I think I didn't actually look. It looks like we're gonna win this war, but as of right now, it is 63-58. So we got a 5-game dispersion. They have 5 more wins than us right now. So yeah, that collies need a little bit of love. And again, I'm not just a collie guy. I just I am collie only, but I don't want one side to be the punching bag, and I think that's fair to even say for the collies. I don't think the collie should be a punching bag. Don't say that too early. The West collapsed today for collies, and the typical infighting began. Great. Fucking another dilemma. Again, I don't know. It's really weird. I just don't know. Yeah, I don't know why the Wardens are winning 5 games over the Collies, and I don't know why the Collies only have a 35% win rate since War 100. I mean, however you want to cut that cake. Skill issues, sure, that's one of the funniest ones ever said. I don't think skill issues that good of a term on large scale. I think devolves down into bigger issues than just saying skill issue.
Equipment. Large scale.
I think equipment is a factor in it. I think I would say the map has a big indicator on it. Equipment has I would say the map has the biggest indicator on it. I would say equipment has a decent indicator on it. And I think I mean, why though? You know what I mean? Like, why are coalitions saying "fuck you" to each other? I don't think okay. Just for an example, if you had like 10 people in a room, and you had 10 people in another room, what are the chances that everyone gets along in the same? In each one, right? Like you have 10 and 10. Let's just say these 10 work together and these 10 work together. Now, what are the chances that these 10 work together and these 10 work together better than the other group? All right, now you switch 5 and 5. You're picking fucking like strings if you think that all the wardens work great together and they are just so fucking hive mind and thousands of people are working together on the same shit. It's not realistic. You have bigger regiments running the wardens. You have everyone knows the names: 11 EFL, 82 DK, Lambda, fucking big ass regiments, like huge regiments. And you're talking guys that just fall in line. Fell is not a big regiment on the wardens. I love Fell, but they're not. You have massive regiments that all have the same mindset. And the collies have a lot of smaller groups. And people are very much into individualism on the collies, as the wardens are you just pretty much join one of the bigger groups or you are a stream off one of the bigger groups. There's no bone taking over a coal field if we're not supplying the big regiments on wardens, right? It's not very it's almost a forced work with us or get demoed kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, exactly, and that's our mentality, and maybe that is one of our issues, but to say that is why we're down to 35% win rate, I mean, you still have 1,000 versus 1,000 players, right? And you can only have so many per hex. The population always goes to the wardens. It's always by 10%, if not more. You have 10% more efficiency in every facet of the game. No matter what, you have 10% more. That's a big indicator. The equipment's a big indicator. And if you don't think it's equipment, like, go look at when we had our big 6-game win streak and we were dominating the Wardens. We had the Stygian Bolt. It was busted. If you don't think equipment's the biggest factor in who wins and loses, you're not really looking at all the stats. And I will say a statistic I have recently learned, whoever holds the naval hexes, at least whoever holds the majority of naval hexes, wins the war. And that has been a proven fact ever since naval hexes have been added. Naval hexes, whoever holds the majority, wins. Every single go look at the fucking thing. It's every time. Whoever holds majority of naval hexes wins. Whoever has the bigger plus plus whoever starts with Saltbrook, that's another big thing. I think the east side of the map is so fucking bad for both teams. I think it's unbearably bad for both teams. I think it's fucking horrible. The worst fucking hex in the map, hands down, Akrithia. Dog ass.
Really?
I fucking hate Akrithia, dude. Okay, worst, that's not true. That's definitely not true, actually. It's up there, though. I guess it's Shackled Chasm, isn't it? No. Where's Akrithia?
It's down by...
Yeah, no, Akrithia is fucking horrible. Yeah, I hate Akrithia. You can't really build anywhere. You can build Legion Ranch, but there's so much shit in the way you can't build it up, and it's right next to a border. Camp Omicron is a joke hex, or joke. You can't build there. You can't build on Heir Apparent. And so now you've given, at minimum, 2 fucking relic bases to crack in on Thetis and Sword Fort. You literally can't build there. Like, you literally just can't. Omicron is not... It's so in the red zone. It's just not... It's bad. It's very bad. Terminus is a good hex. Shackled is a dog shit hex again. There's nowhere to build there. It's absolute ass to build in Shackled. I've never seen a mega fortress in Shackled because there can't be one. Alad's Bite is an okay build. There's not really great places to build in Alad's. And Endless is just absolute dog ass. You have to defend 3 bridges. And you can't even build one of them. The one between Tuatha and Woodbine, you can't even build that because there's fucking rocks in the way. It's just ass. Like, honestly, the whole southeast of the map, rework all of it. It's literal shit. Yeah. It's just so rocky and fucking... There's, like, it's not even good mountain passes to build between. It's just literal fucking mountains everywhere and rocks that just don't allow you to build, or decay zones that just absolutely fuck you. And that's so crazy. That's so crazy. I think there needs to be a minimum distance on every. I want all the red, or yeah, all the East is so bad. Like, even if you're willing or winning as a collie or warden, it's at. I 100% agree. I think the East side of the map for both sides is just it's cheeks. Until you get to the certain point, like for the wardens, it's in Morgan's Crossing, and for the collies, it's Reaver's Pass. And I would argue Reaver's Pass is even worse to hold over Morgan's, because Morgan's is literally one way in, one way out. There's at least potential in Reavers. Like, you can push Fort, Rictus, Bilge, because those are dog shit builds as well. You just can't build there. And Scuttletown's your best bet, but it just gets naval bombarded because you can't hold Iron Junction, Overland, and Woodbind. You can't hold those. They can just come do with you as you will, or do with them as they will, to hit Scuttletown, Fort Rictus, all that shit. And that's not even what they do. It's not even what the Warden's strategy is. The Warden's strategy is to hold Claustra and pound Alids with naval. I don't know how many times I've seen naval assets come in and fucking slaughter Mercy's whale shit. And there's just no way to counter it unless you hold Claustra. Alids' naval area is just a one-way. And it's not safe enough to build naval. Like, it's just...
I've seen the east side fall a lot more than the west.
Well, there's a weird statistic going on. Whoever holds Saltbrook first, like whoever owns Saltbrook in the beginning of the game, has won every time. That's another weird statistic. Like, it's really weird how effective Endless Shore is, and how important it is to hold. Like, it's crazy, to be honest. It really is.
Like, holding it within the first 5 days, or just
holding it throughout? Like, whoever owns it first usually wins the war. Whoever starts out with it usually wins. 1, 2, because look at what you have to fight on either side. You have Endless that goes in this shit can. Shit can VP is one of the easiest to take with naval assets. And there's not a lot you can do on any of those VPs. There's not a lot you can do at Southwind, Valpine. Like, I know they added that new boat area in Shitcan, but like, all this shit's super easy to take. Super easy to take every time. Whoever owns and wins Endless, like, they either push into Reavers and start pressuring Alids, or we start pushing into Shitcan and pressuring Weathered. And that's... Endless is such a fucking make or break hex, because both fucking sides of it are so dog shit. Shitcan is horrible, and so is Reavers. Yeah, I always call it Shitcan Shelf. But anyway, we're at 2.5 hours, dude. I can keep talking to you about this shit forever, but I got a YouTube video, and I don't think people are gonna watch a podcast over 2.5 hours. So, is there anything else you want to say to them, man? Any last minute drops you want to drop on these fine foxhole folk?
Oh man, keep fighting the good fight, man. Fuck, keep pushing. Been rough, man. Other than that, man, that's all I got.
Join Bone.
It's looking better. It's looking better.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Guys, thank you so much, Raging. Thank you for being my guest this week. You were awesome, dude.
Thank you for having me.
Everyone, I appreciate you guys for hanging out here, and I think that's where we'll end it today. I'll catch you guys later. See you.